Okay, so what I'm doing today is gonna transcribe all the unsupervised learning stuff. I'm not gonna go back to the beginning. I don't feel like, but I want to be able to create a RAG for unsupervised learning so I can extract information and or titles of things that I've heard him speak about. And I looked online for transcribing. I mean, I'm sure there's services and whatever. It was just a bunch of spam. So I'm gonna spend a few seconds here, hopefully, and transcribe all this using maybe Whisper, or I've done LSP stuff before, which I already tried to find. Natural language processing, which was kind of before Whisper took off and took everything else. Yeah, natural language processing I used, and I don't know if I have the script anywhere, but I went and pulled like most of the DEF CON stuff and some HPR episodes, and that was before everything. Using and Yaki and something else. Anyways, so we like this podcast. We sometimes want to take notes or go back, and I know someone asked me about something that Daniel talked about, and I don't see any way to download these. I don't see any easy way to whatever. So I'm going to transcribe all this stuff and put it in a local RAG, hopefully. And I'm going to do it live. I'm not going to do any edits or anything. And I'll probably have to go through and mark, non-boring parts of this video, but I wanted to do it from start to finish to show you kind of my approach with things. First things first is I had to learn how to spell unsupervised and end up on this site. So we look here and we're like, okay, here we can play this episode. Well, it doesn't even look like it's working. So we're gonna reload. Probably on my ad blockers, I would assume, because we got 3 trackers and no ads here. It's a disabled on this guy for whatever reason. So, anyways, we have looks like an RSS feed. Oh, here we go. We got RSS feed. So we're gonna pop this open, see what we get. A little spinning logo here, which is not great. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here's our RSS feed. That was not too bad. Um, so I did do a little bit of searching before we got here, and apparently YouTube will download RSS feeds for you. So we can hopefully visit my local model here. It's being slow for some reason. And we'll say YouTube DLP to, I mean, I could probably just search for this. P to download just audio. I think it's -X, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll create a new folder for this. D Daniel Miessler -DLP. I use the find command and then ignore case. I think it's capital I. And with Windows, you can put binaries. There's a path in Windows where you can drop binaries, and it will be part of your regular path. It's not a system path, it's a user level path. So let's say I'll go ahead, not that kind of path. It's like, that's interesting. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Anyways, chocolatey, program files, Windows apps, yeah. Microsoft Windows apps. So you can drop stuff in this path, app data local Microsoft Windows apps, and you can do updates to whatever. You don't need admin. And so we can do the big up -U is to update, big Q. So we're up to date. I always do that before because inevitably the cat and mouse game of normally would use clipboard, the save your clipboard, but not today because I do not want to disclose any information. So here's our YouTube feed, and it looks like it's doing stuff. 497. That's plenty. So we'll look into that command. Find audio. No audio, extract audio. Yep, dash X. So we're going to say format to convert the audio. So we'll go back to here and then we'll do dash X and we'll see if we can do audio format wave. Because a lot of these processors are only going to eat WAV files. All right, let's open up another tab here. I got a PowerShell tab now. Daniel Miessler. All right, so you type explore dot, it'll take you right to where your last did something. And these are actually in order of date, which is kind of interesting.
Unsupervised learning is a
Oh wow,
podcast.
it's so slow, so slow. All right, so that was quick. Now we're going to see if we can quickly get Whisper to work. And I could do it through Open WebUI, but that would take forever, and I'd have to manually upload the files, and they're looks pretty big. Yeah, some of these are FLAC or something. So, I mean, I could lower the quality, but we're not going to worry about it. Whisper install. So there might be like an easy Docker in here or something. Yeah, wait, Windows. FFmpeg. Yeah, still not helping me. Requirements. This looks like just Python. I know you have to do models. Yeah. So here's the deal. So we'll see if we can't get this working. New folder, and then we're gonna call Wisp. I'm just gonna call it W, and I'll go grab Jamboree. I'm gonna save this. Oh, I forgot to put this on a stream. So Daniel Miessler, wave, verb, PS. Oh, let's go raw. Delete, verb, Daniel Miessler, W. All right, and let's go ahead and Discord. I forgot to do this. We'll do it live. We're doing a bunch of updates, even though it's just a Chrome browser with some extra bits. We'll let that run. We'll go ahead and start this up. We're gonna take out the node dependency. Well, I don't care. Let's leave it in there. So this Jamboree gives you a portable environment in seconds. We're gonna just do the command line, and I'm going to drop into Atlanta, and then do, I guess, where they're, do they have like a, they don't have an audio chat, voice channels. I don't know, voice channel, stage, general. Yeah, share your screen. Whoop. Screens. Screen one. Yeah, whatever. So I'm hoping people can hear me. Let me check that I'm still recording audio. Yeah, I'm still recording audio. I don't care if people can't hear me on the stream necessarily. They can go back and whatever. Alright, so we have our prompt here with everything. We'll go back to the Whisper install, and I have no idea how to use this via command line, so it might take us a while. Jeez, allergies. Oh, good. We're already having issues. Yeah, the wheel stuff never works with Windows. I don't really understand It's like a wheel is like escalating privileges. I don't honestly don't know. But whenever it comes to doing wheel stuff, um, I always get issues. So actually, I can type this in and see what it says. It's gonna take a while. I'll try to do DeepSeek and see what happens. And you can kind of minimize the issues. And I'm not gonna try to troubleshoot this. So let's go ahead and maybe start a new thing. We're going to import Daniel Miessler Whisper. So you do import Whisper, back up Ubuntu. So I'm importing the exported Ubuntu image and creating a new. So this is like my base image, that Ubuntu 2.4 image. You do that just by running export. So now I have a WSL I can run. User root. And this is pretty much like never been used Ubuntu, so it's basically as vanilla as it gets. Pac-Man. Let's see. So we'll do pip install, and you're probably gonna need like GPU stuff. This is gonna be painful. Looks like this will pull down Python. And okay, so we run it. You may need Rust installed as well. Yeah, pre-built wheel for your platform. Whisper FLAC audio. This is just command line, so we don't really have to worry about it. So hopefully we'll get no issues with installing this. I don't see anything about GPU in here. It usually goes on and on and on about, GPU and Torch and all that PyTorch and all that nightmare. A few Python packages, most notably OpenAI's token for the vast tokenizer information. Yeah. So I know you need to pull in models somehow. So I don't know where those sit. So let's do like a Whisper install. Whisper tutorial. Not use. Minus use. I don't know. Local. Install. Offline. No internet required. Yeah, PC and prerequisites. NVIDIA CUDA drivers. I have. FFmpeg. Sure. Um, online install for online use. Yeah, I don't know. Download other required files for offline use. In place, I know like it's like medium EN or even just base. I think base EN is like plenty good enough. Um, yeah, we'll get to that. And hopefully none of this has failed. Thank God. All right, so we'll kind of go to the next steps here. We did, the command line, pip install, reinstall. So these are like 3 different ways to update. This is command line 2. I'm just going to FFmpeg. You probably already have it. No, I guess not. Oh, apt update. Yeah, that's right. And then you said set of tools rest. I don't know. Why not? I want to say base. I mean, we can go with the medium. We don't need anything past medium. It's just overkill. Install Rust. also do the models. We'll worry about that later. So language, Japanese, audio, turbo. So we'll say, oh, it's pulling down the model for us. Nice. So what we can say, model medium, turbo, relative speed 8x. Okay. So you got medium and then turbo. And turbo is everything. I probably just want to do medium, honestly. Cool. So we don't have to worry about pulling in models. It magically does it for us. And then it says no such pilot directory. That looks like FFmpeg, obviously. So we're good. We're actually 90% of the way there. Now, if you can't code, I mean, it's just, this looks like a simple if statement. Now, there's a bunch of stuff in here, and I'll let it error out here before it, whatever's. So yeah, we're already done. We got lucky with the install. Whisper's been around for a while. It's kind of almost idiot proof now. So we got our files, we got our waves. I don't know. I don't even know. So audio. I think this is just a bunch of examples. Start out wave. And do we end up with like a folder with like text files in it? Well, obviously we're not going to get anything because there's no. We're going to do date modified. Put it up here. Are we still downloading? Where did our download go? So that's not right. This is command line stuff. That's Jamboree. That's that. Where's our folder's still coming in, but I don't see it running anywhere. I think it's just running in the background somewhere. It's doing its thing. So we're at 2. We're about halfway there. So let me pick like human 3.0. I know that's a decent one. Say human star dot wave. Let's see what we get. Now I do have like a little GPU usage. Let's see, is it one of these guys? Yeah. GPU is 68%. Okay. So we're getting stuff. The GPU is not being used right now except for this. So it seems kind of slow. Now let's check the output options. We want to like output the file. I'm going to pipe that out, break it again. Out. Output directory, output format, txt, output directory. That's like, these are like your two standards, VGT and SRT. I don't really think I want to do that. I think I want to keep txt because usually we're not having a conversation with people. It's just Daniel talking. If we had like two-way conversations, maybe I might look into changing the format. There's ways to determine multiple speakers. So you have, 2 or 3 different kinds of people talking, and it'll separate the people out. And then I guess you go in somewhere else at some other time and change those. So we don't have any output yet. And this is going to take a while because we're only 3 minutes in. And these are 3.0.
Welcome to
Yeah, so
Unsupervised Learning.
30 minutes, so this is kind of slow. Is this GPU? Are we doing GPU? Yeah, we're doing GPU. Maybe we'll switch to the medium or base. I don't want tiny, maybe base. Let's try base. TXT. I mean, it's going, it's just not going as fast as I would want it. You know, for English speaking male, we don't need, and what is this? 5 gig model. I don't think we need that. See, now we're going from, a line every couple seconds to 2 lines every second almost. GPU is 34%. I do have this to be very quiet for the thing. It's on like 30%. It goes up to like 51 peaks. So you'll get some hot spots of like 92 in here if you're not paying attention. So we're getting some output. Um, I feel like we might not end up with a file. So here we're going to see whether or not we get an actual text file. And I would use my own LLM for this, but I'm using the GPU right now, so can't do 2 things at once. Command line, going to output for transcribe be to a plain text file. I don't really need you to do website checking, but come on. I mean, sure. I mean, not really. Really? Yeah, it looks like they're just base, transcribe, number of files, and with text, transcription, result text, right? Transcription text to the file. So I guess I was supposed to be piping that. Can I T here? Yeah. Test 1, put underscore. Oops. Well, maybe I can actually copy and paste this. Oh, my screen just fell. Alright, so I'm back at the sun had the diggy taggy taggy. So I had to reset up the lighting. Somewhere on here is the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and now the part I've been struggling with a little bit here is the training, fine tuning, or whatever. So I'm going here and create a new knowledge base, and you go to add, and what is your knowledge base? I don't know. Daniel Miessler transcoding. Daniel Miessler describes knowledge base and its objectives. Daniel Miessler podcast transcriptions. Transcription. Create knowledge. Now the idea here is what's that? You make a new collection thing. Yeah. So knowledge collection, and here's here you add your content. So I don't think we're using this anymore, so we can close that out. We are almost, looks like we're done with this. So when you pipe output, I don't like piping output. I like using T because I can see, with T I can see what's going on. But neither T by default or piping out will get your error messages. So you'll see them in T. You'll see them on the screen, but they won't go to the file. Now when we started this, we get all this, the start and stop times. We can regex that out. We can whatever. So if we wanted to set, we're going to take a bracket, beginning line, bracket. We're going to escape the bracket because it thinks it's going to be a thing if we don't. So escape that bracket, everything behind it with nothing. And that file is going to be underscore test, I think. I mean, good enough. Take out some of the spaces. Like 2 spaces. And then we're going to that out to test, I don't know, parse. Alright, so that's our file we're going to upload. And then going to be delete. Alright, and so what I like to do is come and let's see. They're visible counter. They're bigger accountants. I can't even read. What others to look up to? Like how are we like exoskeletons or something? So I come in here. I create a new model, right? I haven't, like I said, I haven't gotten this sorted out. We're gonna call it Daniel Miessler. We're gonna use. I should use DeepSeek because I really want it to be accurate. And the parsing, I don't know. When I create these documents, does it get parsed every time, or is it, is it parsed at runtime? Like when I create a knowledge, is that data already, in the in the thing, or is it only when I call it is when it's not? I'm assuming once I create a knowledge, it uses it uses whatever and automatically creates it. The problem is it does it so quickly. Admin settings and under knowledge, or like probably models. No, evaluations, documents. Yeah, documents. This is all your document stuff. There's a chunk size, and then it'll tell you what models it's using. Yeah, and this is so. I mean, I've never heard of that one, but I'm sure it's a decent one. And I did hear maybe full context. Somebody said something about full context mode. So let me check back. I went to not Silly Tavern. I'm playing around with that again. Not Open WebUI, and my thing is gone, so I'm going to search for it. I don't know where my own post is. Troubleshooting, probably. Cannot find my own post. Nope. Yeah, a lot of people talking about rags, so it's going to be way too much stuff here. Ah, Lord. It's called like rag FAILSAUSE. Oh my goodness. You can probably hear my stomach through the thing. Rag function call 500. Was it from? To? troubleshooting RAG fail. Yeah, RAG fail sauce. Yeah, I don't know how do I like bookmark this? All messages. So he said top key values and admin, and then he also suggested something else. Searching try balance, increase context of admin. Try the new full context mode. So this is some new fanciness. So we're gonna click save. Maybe we recreate the model. So we recreate the knowledge base. Daniel Miessler name navigation. I'm gonna delete. Oh my god. Delete this knowledge deal. I should be doing the other transcoding in the background. Create knowledge. Add the file. Upload file. I also want like the episode names in the title because I want to be able to reference these. Maybe I don't. I don't know. The title needs to be the same name as the folder, the file at least, so I can track it somehow. So we've got it added back in. We got the models. We're going to go back into Daniel Miessler, add our knowledge back in here, click save, and we're going to go new chat, and we're going to use Daniel Miessler. We're going to say, oops, somewhere here we talked about exoskeletons for genus fighting to propagate. So we are exoskeletons for genes fighting to propagate. So I can say like, I don't know, what can you tell me about the document? What can you tell me about how how the word exoskeleton is used? I'll create a better one. So because the two wing badges on my uniform, I became enamored with the idea of prep schools. So I could say like, what can you tell me about prep schools? What can you tell me about prep schools? The document. As humans, external sources will choose to propagate genes. According to the text, we are the gene bots, meaning their bodies are. So this checks out, and we'll. So gene bots, is the word gene bots in here anywhere? Let's go back here. Test said GENEBO. Yeah, gene bots. We have extra carriage returns in here, and what? Detecting language used for 30 seconds. I would rather not have that. Our context size is context calculator token calculator. Hello, whoever's here. Token calculator. I don't really know how accurate these are, but that's 7,000. Um, and that's probably around the average. I think I've got this one configured for whatever the 16,000. Does not mention prep schools. It appears to focus on metaphor use of exoskeletons. So like, it's like not actually using the document again. We're not reading aloud here. We got GPU doing stuff. So we need to turn that off. I had audio playback with, what do you call it? Fish speeds. Thought there was somebody here. No, I don't remember how to like look at the chat room or whatever. How do I go back to here? Where's like the chat button? Oh my god, technology. I am in InfoSec. I'm in one mention live. What? I don't worry about that. Yeah, here. I don't see anybody. Anyways, so maybe I should like make a link to this, right? Show chat. I'm live. Rag in ribbon. Ragging and ribbon. How do I like create a shortcut for this? So I'm gonna like that, and then we're gonna right click this and say copy link, and then we're gonna put it in like, I don't know, technical chat. There we go. I'm live, ragging and ribbon, something like that. All right. So we're back to here. It seems to kind of trying to talk about the same thing. So go back to here. We'll go back to our Daniel Miessler. We'll say what says in the document. I'm not sure really how to test it other than, look at something at the bottom or look at something random in the text and then have it ask, what those are. So we're going to do, I'll keep this whatever in a notepad. So we're going to do Whisper, start out wave, well, for I in ls, start out wave, do Whisper, Whisper, let's put it in quotes because we got some weird stuff up in this Majogo. Model base output format text T. I don't like the more sign there. I mean, I'll just do output T test to whatever dot text, and then we're also going to let's just make this a script. Go starting $1, and we're gonna take that one, instead of making it one, we're gonna make it one.txt. Then we're gonna do our sed magic. I have no words. So sed, get rid of the junk of the one.text, and then we're gonna, I think you can do minus the backup. You can make it do a backup of the original. This is I. So with sed, you can have it create as IBK, AK, underscore. I'll never find it. Oh, I just saw it. Dash IBAK. So like overwrites the original file and makes a backup of it. So it's, I swear I memorized that, but I did not apparently. So we're doing that, and we're replacing it with a .bak file, and then we're being done, pretty much. I don't feel like this is gonna fail epically. All my scripts are called Go, and I run everything as root. Obs, and I run everything as bash. And are we still downloading stuff? Go down to here, more or less. seems very fast. Why is it going so fast? Oh, we don't have any actual output files or something? Wait, what? How is this so fast? We'll see you next time. Wait, what? How is that so fast? No such file or directory. I don't know what's going on. Whisper $1. Model starting $1. I'm not going to put the X in there because I can't read. Am I missing something? Oh, dir, 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 dir. It's not an argument. It's a variable. All right, let's try that without starting a. That's not a thing. With starting with Miessler, starting past turn. What? Okay, so yeah, I have to do this a lot. Field separator. What I'm doing for loops. I don't really know the right field separator equals. Yeah, I just put this in the beginning of my loops because I don't know. You could use the find command, but find can get annoying. Usually you're safe putting everything in quotes. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to see something. A conversation with blah blah blah. Get rid of all of this and that, possibly. So now we got our text file. Let's see what it's doing. It's blank, of course. These are long file names, but this is in a relatively short path. With Windows, you have like a maximum of something ridiculous for file names. What is this? Yeah, I thought that was strange. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a hard requirement. There's no way. All right, let's go back to our little notes here. So he said full context window, blah blah blah. Also image context window, top K value. So what is top K value? So we can go in here and look. Oh, hey, how's it going? Can you hear me, or is my audio being captured from something else? No, you can't hear me. Probably can't hear me because my audio is being grabbed from whatever. How do I go back to the chat? Anyways, let's go here and then back to this chat. Think audio is getting high from OBS. Yes, BS recording. Yeah, I don't know how to do multi whatevers. I think you can do. Yeah, I think you can do. I think you can do multi. Yeah, let me see if I can get audio working. Headphones on board do not use. Shakers. That's my chat default. Maybe you can hear me now? No? Oh, I see something. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, I see it turning green. I see it turning green on my end. You can't hear me. It's probably OBS. I don't really know how to split. I think you have to use one of those. Oh my god, what is this shit? I think you have to use one of the. I think if you want to multi-stream with OBS, you gotta use a multi-output thingy. I mean, I should really do a. I really do. Yeah, should really do what you call it. It'd be idiot proof. Dump the. So trying to trans. Oh yeah. Gross. I don't know what channel I was in. I don't even see. Where's like the normal? There we go. Technical chat. There we go. Trying to keep train all of transcripting. So this looks like we're doing something. Let's see what we get. So we have our output. Then we're gonna dump it. What is this? Oh, backup files. So yeah, for this, for unsupervised learning. Um, so I'm gonna start taking these text files and put them into the RAG over here. New chat, workspace, knowledge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna take this out, dump this back in, upload files. I'm looking for the difference between these two. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, it's kind of working. I'm missing something with the rag. It's about one half there. So something have blah 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 wave.text, and then I do, I don't know which one of these is which. Nah, just saying with the brag, it's missing info sometimes. I can't find it. Uh, Scripts. Looking looking for diff. Nah, it's under Windows batch, chocolatey, line merge. Line merge. Okay, so it looks like I just want the txt, not the wave txt. Looks like I just want the .txt, not the wave.txt. So we're gonna add these in here, upload files, type. It's kind of annoying. It's by name. Daniel Miessler. DL wave.txt. Just want to dump on all these. Oh, cool. Open. Yeah. Okay. So we got some stuff. I think nation state. Chat. What can... Oh, I kind of hear something. Cool. Later. I don't think there's anybody here. So, we have got stuff in the RAG, but we're missing data. So I'm going to go look at the sources. Where we talk about the models. So like we'll go down to model params. Didn't when he said like top K or top P. Top K value. And we'll go top K. Reduces the probability of generating nonsense. And the default is 40. It's not necessarily a nonsense thing. It's a I don't have that information thing. It's not. Maybe I can keep asking it the same question over and over again. I mean, I don't necessarily need a RAG for it, but this is just an example of me trying to create a RAG that's useful. Looks like we're still doing on like the fourth or fifth one. So this is going to take a bit. And it might also be because I loaded up a LLM. Yeah, 4497. Oh, it was in the other tab. That's where it went. I was wondering. I haven't gotten used to tabs in Windows yet. So here's our difference. We don't need that. No, close this out. go back to, close all this out. APT, nation state. What does it tell me about nation state? So new chat DM. What can you tell me about nation state from documents? Because even with the GPU, whatever, it's like a low percentage. Yeah, it's like super low percentage doing the running Whisper. I mean, because we're not doing tons of data. This is a very small set of data. So I don't need a RAG for like, you know, 400 podcast episodes. Jesus, what is this? Look at that. That is not even not even allowed to do that. So that's some of why we're having issues. Nation state, and like the word nation state is not in here anywhere. I think this is just like samples of the conversation on maritime. So we're like cyber attack, 100%. We found out obviously it wasn't blah blah blah. So a conversation in maritime, conversation with maritime security. So there's our excerpt. It's like on line 62. I mean, you know, it usually tells you like a percentage of match. I guess because it hasn't done that yet. Yeah, so like even now, this is ridiculous because there's got to be the word nation state and like a million things in here. I'm gonna go back to the Whisper, go to cd delete, case sensitive cd Miessler, Miessler.t. There's no waves. rm star wave.txt, cat star.txt, grep ia, ATNC. I guess we can just do like the name of the file, standard input. Was it star.txt? So it should be in just this one file. Maybe something that's in all of the files. What can you tell me about something that's going to appear in all the files? I don't know. I don't think this is what I want, and we're going really slowly. Like, when this is called, is it using, is it using this? When it's doing this work right here, the reference is from. When it's doing this work, is it using the model? Whatever model I chose for the thing, or is it using the embedding or whatever the the embedding that the RAG is it using the RAG to generate this, to search for this, or is it using the model to search for this? So if I switch models, do I get a different answer? Is what I'm kind of trying to get at, and I'll see if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all 9 or 10. So maybe I'll stop this for now because this thing is struggling to finish the sentence. So we'll go back, do a new chat. We're going to say add different models. So I'm going to add, or it's already doing DeepSeek by default. I'm I'm gonna do this guy and do dolphin and just, battering ram. I think that's pretty much it. Even Open Hermes. I want to say, what can you tell me about nation states from the documents? And this will use at least 3. Dolphin, Open Hermes. Oh, I wanted to also use, I guess if you don't specify a model, it uses whatever model you specify. If you do specify a model, it uses the default. But if you don't specify a model, extra model, it uses the default. But if you add a model in here, it only uses whatever you say. It's kind of weird. There's a little hidden scroll bar. Oh, here it is. It might even be in this hidden scroll bar. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So DM is DeepSeek. So this is still thinking. This says no. This is Dolphin. From the document side, I can extract, summarize the following information on nation states. Like there's no references though. You don't give me any references for this. So if you use a model outside of the reference model, it doesn't actually use the RAG. Is that what we're saying here? So we'll go back, because none of this says that none of these files have any references. It's almost like if you use, a different AI model, it's not going to actually do anything. Do not contain any information about nation state. The contact post is on top. It says book bounty programs, a security conference called the MoCon, security details about supporting a podcast through subscriptions. If you have different requests and needs information at the top, feel free to ask. So I don't understand. Now, I think Dolphin's the one that I said go crazy with on context. So we'll go back to workspaces, knowledge, Daniel Miessler. Is it knowledge? How do I change the default? Oh, here we go. Default model for this. Select knowledge. And then, oh, here we go. Base model. Base model from, and then I could say an 8 billion parameter thing. Say save in here, and then go in here. Settings. Admin model. And then go to Dolphin. And then advanced params. Nothing is manually set in here. I know one of these smaller models I went and told it to do, 32,000. So Open Hermes, I said, go crazy. Which that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work any better, and there's limits. But I know most of them are at least 16,000 limit. But that's for the output. That's not for the ingestion, from what I understand. Um, so we'll go back to workspace, go back to DM, and then change it to Open Hermes. Save, and then we'll ask that new question. New chat, DM. Okay. Yeah. And it's there's nothing in here in the RAG about nation states. Oh, 5 more. Usually it shows like a percentage. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total? 5, 6, 7? I don't know. I'm search for that text in every document. Oh wait, it's all in one page? I'm confused. So if I do like a conversation, a conversation, a conversation, a conversation, if I do this, I get welcome to standalone and a bunch of words. Okay, so here's our source and context of each file. Nobody mentioning anything about nation state. Let me make sure my audio is still coming in. Heyo. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything about nation states in here. National. So this might be not ideal. I'm looking for the word nation state in any of these documents. Any of these results. Yeah. If nation states attacks were motivated, blah 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 blah. So you're like, oh, I can't find anything about details. The type, what? I don't. You know, how do I test it? So I'll go here. Just ask that question. Go in here, paste it. What can you do to? Why is that funny? Why is that red? Click OK. So we stopped on a conversation with. So the last one that completed was Christina Gatsby. So we can sort this by name probably, or I guess Windows and Linux sort stuff differently. So I don't want to delete the wrong thing. Jesus. All right. Christina Gatsby. So these are all the ones that have to go. So I'll put this here, put this here. Okay, we're in conversation with. Oh, I can just do this. Del star dot bak. So that, 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 that. That's the last one that worked. So they look like they're sorting in the same order. But there are cases I wouldn't go with sorting Linux and Windows because they sort stuff differently sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, right? Because the other one, this one, was in progress when we stopped it. So at some point we'll do bash go, but not right now. We're gonna take one last look at the RAG and see. Whoa, look at that! Some code escaping. This is just like stuff copped up from the LLM. There's no reference documents at all. Here we go. Let's grab. maritime, a conversation with maritime. Oh, that one. Conversation with maritime security. Looking down. So he's talking about ships, whatever. Do you mention anything about ships? No. So I can say this whole song, it makes sense. Cyber attacks, obviously. Experts in investigation. Ship in Baltimore. Maritime is post accident, blah blah blah. We got I don't know how many words to tell you. Line comments selected 64,000, 4,900 words. Anyways, we're gonna say I'm just gonna take dolphin. Intent based on the follow text. What can you tell me about blah? I'll put that in. Oh, I accidentally hit enter. We'll go back to this guy. Go search. Yeah, see, this is right. I want you to do something like this, but with all of the text that I have. That's what I don't understand. Like I said, maybe it's not enough text, or it's not a big enough problem. You need to do this. But I'm not feeling it. And it's the same thing with like doing anything else I've tested with. It'll be like, nope, the word Bob is not in here anywhere, and you don't talk about Bob, even though the whole document talks about Bob. So like USB, so we can come in here, say, is the word USB in here? Yeah. So it's like, that's working. But, I mean, you figure, it's like 16,000 for the token counter? Do we have the token counter up here? I guess I've already, yeah. Like, even if I just take this, we're at 81,000. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. Um, so it might be, I don't know. Anyways, that's kind of where we left off. I at least got transcription working. So now I can do bash, go, and then I can figure out how to do the RAG stuff later. And I'll do an updated video if I figure out how to actually get the RAG to work, or if what I'm asking for is not really a thing. I mean, that's the whole point of all of this, is to summarize documents for you. But I don't think I'm good in my current state.